Welcome, everyone, to College Park, Maryland, home of the Maryland Terrapins. Fans have been eager for this clash coming up in what some affectionately refer to as the Snake Pit. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 15 team by Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Huskers will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Terrapins offense takes the field for the first time today. And here's the man they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it, and he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
On the ground, it's Hemby. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Here comes the offense on first down. Back to pass, it's Edwards. They're trying to get to him. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Starting to feel a little pressure. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. So the Nebraska Cornhuskers offense will go to work for the first time. This matchup on the outside, Jesse, a big play weapon for the offense, a shutdown corner for the D.
They say big-time players make big plays in big games, so who gets the best of this matchup? That's going to determine the game.
I mean, such a fun chess match. How much are they on each other during the game? The head-to-head matchup that everybody wants to see.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. And the Huskers racing to the line in a hurry-up. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? The Cornhuskers have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Getting some heat. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. Really need positive yards on second down. After the incompletion, they'll snap it from the 44. Off play action. This one's complete. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Huskers are on the move. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. Here comes the offense on second down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Got enough space. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. I can hear the defensive coordinator in the next booth yelling, "Wrap up! You have to wrap up!"
Bring your feet. 4 points of contact. You hear all those stuff from your defensive coaches. But you know what? Sometimes the guy's just better than you. He makes a play and gets in the end zone.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Feeling some heat. He'll pull it down. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Got it in the middle. It's Manning. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. The give to the back. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
They'll leave it with him. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. What a nifty one there to pick up the first down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Looking for room. It's Ray. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. From the gun, the running back looking for room. They finally make the stop at the big run. Is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Great coverage, great break on the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch balls.
They'll try the run. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards. Stopped at the 23.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Dropping back, it's Edwards. Got his man on the right. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. I think the great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Running back searching for a hole. Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. And it's right down the boulevard. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Georgia is currently up big at this moment, so much so they're on the verge of giving UGA the rest of the day off. They're up 14 over Kentucky. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Grabs it in the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Huskers are in the hurry up. On second down, he'll let it fly. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
He's not afraid to go deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The Cornhuskers will line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. A first down for the offense. Handoff to the lone back. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a second down.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
On the run, it's Ray. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Incomplete. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a fourth down. The Terrapins will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Running it back, it's Lloyd. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Looking to go up top on first down. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. And the pass hits, picked off. Taking it the other way. At the 20. Touchdown, Terrapins! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. That's one of those plays you put a highlighter beside. It can really swing a game.
100%. There's a couple plays a game when you go back and you look at it. Man, that changed the whole outcome. What an unbelievable play by the defense, not just to get the turnover, to score the points off.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and Maryland has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
On second down, they'll take to the air, trying to get to him. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. They're such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll go to the ground. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Line is set on third down. Dropping back, it's Edwards. It's on target and complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Yeah, and you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route, understanding the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
They'll give it to the back. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of gains all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back, so keep at it with the RPO game.
He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
They don't even consider the 47-yard field goal attempt, and they'll try to pick it up on 4th down and short. Try to get it on the ground. Finds a crease at the 20. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. And the Terrapins are moving quickly down the field. They're going to run it to the right. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call.
Hold it.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. They're just making things harder now. It's 1st and 20. Handoff from the gun. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
The Terrapins have taken it inside the 20. Gonna run it. It's Ray. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Maryland! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Georgia is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that's been sicking them since the opening kickoff. They're up by 21 over Kentucky. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field.
He's going to throw deep right side. And that pass is caught at the 25. slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Husker!
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing him go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that.
Nebraska, 14.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Here's the handoff. They knock him down right there.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The give to the back. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on third down from the 43. To throw, it's Edwards. Throws for the tight end. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver. And it's just simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Looking to pass on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it behind the line. It's Manning. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the 4th down.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. And the Terrapins with the 1st and 10. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Just had a solid pickup on first. Now let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Makes it past the marker. Guys, you never want to sound the upset alert bell too early, but might be time to at least know where the button is for it.
You know where the button is, and listen, there's no need to panic yet, but if you're the unranked team, just like this, when you're playing a better team, you want to come in and you want to hang around. Hang around, Jesse, and they're doing just that, staying in this game and have a lead.
Yeah, the unranked team, they've been playing with more intensity in this one, and I think if you're a leader right now on the ranked squad, you've got to be talking to your guys and waking everybody up. This coaching staff is going to have to make some halftime adjustments, but they're going to have to give an earful to their guys to come out here in the second half and start making some plays.
This time it's complete. They'll immediately call timeout.
And I love working the slot receivers, and you see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot, maybe get him matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Come on, set. Trying to pound it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Terrapins!
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in College Park. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the shell.
Just about set for the second half kickoff. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Grabbed behind the line. It's Coleman. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I know I just lost yards on a screen.
A shot toward the end zone. What a snag by the defense. Got some room to run. He's at the 40. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. And on the opening drive of the second half, you've made adjustments, but sometimes you underestimate the fact that the defense is ready for your adjustments.
And they've made their own adjustments as well, and they're allowed to sit there in the locker room and think and wonder about how you're going to attack them coming out of the tunnel. Great job being ready to go at the start of the second half by the defense.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They go to the ground. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
3rd and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the first. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. Field goal is good. And they'll push that lead down a little further. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Red pass, it's complete. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Huskers will hustle to the line.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
And the Huskers have it with a 1st and 10.
I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Knocked down at the 27 after a pickup of 5. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. The Cornhuskers look to do some damage in the red zone. From the gun, the ground game. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Now they're going to throw it. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
I think defenses sometimes get frustrated and you want to get blitz happy and because you give up yards. In this day and age, you're going to give up yards. Who cares? This is the area you're going to bow up. Nice job on first down stopping them. A couple more downs here to stay aggressive.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. First down here for the offense. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Tackle is made at the 23. Let's call it a 5-yard pickup.
It's a nice run there to get the first down. I got to tell you, I'm impressed with the stable of backs and the weapons this offense has. A lot of different guys can touch the football in a variety of ways, but they've been running it very, very well in this game so far.
Running behind that left side. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Looking for a productive play on first down. Leaves it with the running back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Kept it on the ground on first down. See if they stick with that plan on second. Back to throw. It's Edwards. Firing to the right, complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
The Terrapins will punt it away on fourth down. Looking for a block. It's Lloyd. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense.
And the quarterback made himself at home in the pocket until the defense finally raided his house. Down he goes.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
On second down, wants to throw. Grabbed in the middle, it's Coleman. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
On third down, going up top. Throws to the wideout. And the misconnection on third down. The Huskers decide to punt it away. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
And here comes the offense on second down. The give to the tailback. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
To the ground with the back. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Leaves it with the back. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Williams. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
I don't always have to push the ball down the field. I love when QBs drop back, looking at matchups. Oh, I got my running back. I think he can get the first down. Give him the football. Let him be an athlete with the football in his hands after he catches it. Nice job by the QB. Nice job by the running back.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
There's a very high standard and a high bar when you're playing defense at Nebraska. You always hear people talk about the black shirts. Well, this guy right here, he fits into that because of his speed. You saw in that blitz, they had no shot of blocking him. He's able to get home to the quarterback to come up with a massive sack.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. And the Terrapins will bring the punt team onto the field. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The offense lining up for a first down play. Looking to move it through the air. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
Unfortunate with that incompletion, the quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
DBs will try to keep everything in front. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Maryland has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. And the Huskers moving quickly to the line. Flips it out in the flat. They get him down after he makes the catch. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man. It's Lloyd. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. The Cornhuskers look to keep this drive humming.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
The incompletion on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 10 from the 43. Get it out on the screen. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4. They'll come to the line needing 4 yards for a first down. They're already 2 for 2 on this drive. They want to just keep throwing it. Coming after it. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
Well, this is a quarterback who's not known for his running ability, obviously. We've seen him make some great throws, but mobility, that's probably not on your bingo card, and you saw it right there. He gets brought down for the sack.
Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got a lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Give to the running back. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
From the gun, running back gets to give.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball and placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to finish the play.
Fires to the right. This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
That's one of the only ways you were getting back in this game. You had to force a turnover. You still got to score twice at least to get back in this ball game to try to win it. Great stop. Now it's the offense's turn. I need to score and score quickly.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up with an opportunity to get some points and start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
The Huskers want to pick up the tempo. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Grab near the marker, it's Allen. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska! Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? You can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some wind. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back to keep that momentum going.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Offense set on 1st down. Power football with the run. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. Now on 2nd down. The give to the back. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Yeah, it's a nice job by this defense. Obviously backed up against it. Time running out. Got to get the football back. 2 good plays. Now 3rd down. I stay aggressive. Have to come after him. If they decide to throw the football, so be it. But stay aggressive. Get that football back for your offense.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. From the gun. Give on the inside. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Allen. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down.
And that's a 1st down for the offense.
It's a draw. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And the Huskers headed quickly to the line. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Chucked it away just as he was hit. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Looking for the end zone. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
Play callers love it offensively when you can run the football when the other team knows you're going to do it. That is called imposing your will. And here in the 4th quarter with the lead, very first play of the drive, you break off a nice run. He might just call the exact same play right again here.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. The give is to Williams. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a 1st down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
When the offense can run the football and you can feature a guy like this that will get more yards than his block, that you can really depend on, hangs on to the football, like it makes offense super easy, especially down the stretch when you want to eat that clock and you want to possess the football. Just nice to have that kind of guy.
Tackle is made at the 44 after the 5-yard gain and the 1st down.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
The give from the gun. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called.
Offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. They'll leave it with him. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. This third down play might be the last chance for this defense to stay in the game. Looking for a man. It's Edwards. He's got it. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
It's all about critical downs and distances on defense. You want to be great unit defensively, you've got to be good on third down and in the red zone. And for this defense giving up a third down like that, that is just a gut punch.
He'll do it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. I think they'd keep it on the ground here to drain as much time as possible off that clock and hold on to this lead. Jumped on top of the pile. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. They'll try to run for it. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It's good. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Texas A&M packed a wallop today, and in many ways it felt like it packed the 12th man with them too. This was supposed to be a road test, and instead it felt like a walk through the park in College Station. It's one game, you don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Fires to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Corner's going to give them room. Caught close to the marker, it's Allen. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. That's caught. It's Allen.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be thrown to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
Third and short now from their own 48. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he makes the catch. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running.
First down for the offense. The pass is incomplete. It's second down.
This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. He's going for the big play. Makes the grab. Into the end zone for a touchdown, and here in the final minute, they still have a chance.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
Nebraska.
35 seconds remaining. They'll line up for the onside kick to try to pull this thing out. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. 35 seconds remaining. They'll line up for the onside kick to try to pull this thing out. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
I know a lot of people thought this was going to be a blowout, but this team said, just when you think you have all the answers, I change the questions.
It's so true, Reese. I mean, they had a lot of dudes that we were talking to leading up to this game just had a chip on their shoulder. They just didn't feel like they were being respected, and they wanted to come out and they wanted to prove a point. And David, they did exactly just that.
And it's so much easier to be the underdog. It's so much easier to coach that team and you go, hey, they're ranked. Everybody's talking about them. You don't have a chance. It just builds all that momentum, all that hate, and you just pour it out on the field.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.